Hey everyone, Mike Davenport here, Louisville's Chevy Dude at Bachman Chevrolet here in Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm one of the top Chevrolet salesmen in the country, the top one in Louisville since 2010, and I just do a lot of videos to try to help people understand that buying a car doesn't have to suck. So today I was talking to one of my celebrity friends who's going to buy a car for his mom, and he's like, well, what's the difference between a Traverse and an Equinox? Where I can answer this question extremely easy, and a lot of times it comes to just showing someone, because that's typically I'm on the lot showing people things. So it's really easy to say that's a Traverse, that's an Equinox, 3 rows of seats, blah, 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 blah. And when I was on the phone with him, I'm sitting here thinking, how the heck do I explain this? So that came to my fruition of I need to do a YouTube video on it. So I'm going to be doing a video on the differences between a Traverse and an Equinox, and the two that I'm going to use are right here in front of me. On my left, I have a 2018 Premier all-wheel drive Traverse, and to my right, I have a 2018 Premier all-wheel drive Equinox. This has got the pretty standard 3.6 liter engine in it. This has got the 2.0 turbo engine in it. We're going to get to those in a little bit. And then most importantly, they are the same trim levels. This one is a Midnight Edition car, so the Midnight Edition is an option, just like the paint. So if I wanted black, yellow, green, red, purple, whatever color I wanted, the Midnight Edition is that. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these, that we're not going to compare the black wheels to the alloy wheels or the black grille to the chrome grille. We're strictly comparing different features on the vehicle and then the size difference between the vehicles as well. I had to make a few notes on the differences between the two, because when I'm on the lot talking to somebody, I'm a real big guy on product knowledge. I love knowing about our cars. I love knowing to be professional about our cars. But when I'm on camera, I got to make sure that I'm on my game and try not to say anything stupid. And that's not like I've never done that before, for gosh sakes. Almost 6 million views on YouTube. There's something out there, I promise you. So Traverse is still on my left, Equinox is still on my right. We're going to start with the Traverse on the trim level. So this is a big difference between the two vehicles. So there are 7 trim levels on the Traverse. So the first one is going to be the L trim level. Now that one you're not going to see a whole lot of inventory out there. GM says don't stock it. It's a kind of a price leading inventory level. Whatever their business plan and business model is on ordering that vehicle, but they sell it's going to be pretty low inventory, so don't really look for that vehicle much. The most common one you're going to see for if you want a base car is going to be the LS trim. So the LS trim is a very popular vehicle. We sell a lot of them. They've got great options. Again, 3 rows of seating in the Traverse, and then you go to the LT cloth, which is probably the second most popular option, and then we go to the 3LT, which is the LT leather. And then we have the RS model, which is new for 2018. That's got the 2.0 liter engine in it, which is a pretty unique engine. And then we have the Premier model, which is this, and then we have the High Country. So you have seven trim levels complete on the vehicle. Now, on the Equinox, we only have 4. So we still have that L model, which again, not going to see a whole lot of those out there. Most commonly, we see a lot of LS models on this vehicle, and we see a lot of LT. So we also have LS, LT, and then we go to Premier. So there's no High Country, no RS, anything like that. So you just have 4 over here. You have the L, the LS, the LT, and the Premier. On the High Country, or excuse me, on the Traverse, we have the L, LS, LT cloth, which is 1LT. We have LT leather, which is 3LT. We have RS, we have Premier, and we have High Country. So I think another big difference between these two vehicles is obviously the size. So 3 rows of seating in the Traverse, 2 rows of seating in the Equinox. You can get up to 8 passenger seating. Typically, you're going to see 8 passenger seating on your LS trim. On your LT and above, you're going to see 7 passenger seating. You're always probably going to see black interior in all of these, with the exception when I show you this one, what's inside this one. But typically, you're always seeing black. I get a lot of people saying, well, I don't want black. Well, we have 1,000 cars in stock, and you got to look at it. All the inventory, we inventory sells, and everybody wants black interior. It's really crazy. So so the difference in size. So this is a 204 inches long, so right at 17 feet. And then this one is 183 inches, so 15.25 feet. So just a little over 2 feet difference between the two, so 24 inches or so difference between the two here. And they're both basically the same height. Now I'm 6'3", and this is 70 inches tall right here, so 5 foot 5'8" or so, and then or 5.8 feet is what I meant to say. And then this is 65 inches, so 5.4 feet tall. So this has got the roof rack system on it. You can't see that on camera, I don't think, but you'll see that here in a second. That makes it a little bit taller, so I'm going based off of General Motors numbers from standard vehicle height. So if you're putting it in your garage or stuff like that, if you got roof rack system on there, that's not taking in equivalent to that. So width, they're really close to the same width as two. So this one's 6 foot 6 inches wide, so it's 78 inches, and then this one is 72 inches, so right at 6 foot wide, so pretty close. So and I think cargo volume, I'm talking about how you store things, not people volume, cargo volume. This is the, this competes with the Ford Explorer and other vehicles, and really this is the best vehicle on the market. So has the most cargo space, has the most people space, has the most options, everything about this has been the primo vehicle. This has got the exact same cargo space as a big Chevy Tahoe. So so that's something huge to remember, that all that volume inside this vehicle is a big Chevy Tahoe and about $25,000 under the Tahoe price. So cargo volume behind the third row seats. So this is when the third row seat's up. I'm going to show you this in a second as well. Is you have 23 cubic foot. So imagine a basketball being a cubic foot. Okay, so you can put 23 basketballs blown up, completely inflated behind the third row seat with it up. That's huge. You can't do that in a Tahoe. So when I mentioned the Tahoe earlier, you can't do that in that. Behind the second row, so if you got 4 people in here and you have to put that third row down, you have 57 cubic feet behind there. So 57 basketballs, so you more than double it. And then if you have to only have 1 or 2 people in the car, you need to put all those seats down because you got a weekend project at home or you're getting mulch or whatever the case may be. So if you don't think you can get mulch in a Traverse, you should see what you can do in a Camaro. And right up there is my putting mulch in a Camaro video. 98 cubic feet in that vehicle. So there's only one cargo area in this vehicle, and that's behind the third row seats. So they didn't get, I don't know that dimension, but if you put the seats down flat, you have a total of 63 cubic feet. So just a little bit more than what's in the Traverse with the second row or with the third row seats down. So behind the second row is only 57 feet, where we have 63.5 if you put the seats down in the Equinox. So those are some of the big differences on the numbers. Let's get into the vehicle. Let me show you the difference between the two vehicles. I'm gonna start with the Traverse, show you all the cargo space, show you some of the electronics, and then we'll head over to the Equinox and I'll show you those as well. We're gonna start with the Traverse here, and I'll give you a full view of this vehicle. Absolutely beautiful. You can see it just locked because it's got keyless access on all of it. So coming up to the door, we're gonna come right up in here first, is keyless access. So it's locked, hit that button, it unlocks it. You hit that button 2 times, it unlocks everything. Coming into the vehicle, absolutely beautiful. Full power seat, lumbar support. You got power lift gate right here. You got memory seating right here. You can see right there on the mirror. It's pretty tough to see from here, but we'll come over here. We have right there, we have blind spot indicators. So that means back here in this blind spot, if you're on the interstate, that is going to tell you that somebody is there and to merge and not merge. So I drive a 2016 Camaro with blind spot indicators, and I typically only use that. 33,000 miles behind the wheel of that car, and that's all I use. So automatic light control, power tilt telescoping steering wheel on the Traverse, so that's pretty unique. That's not on the Equinox. We're gonna get into that a little bit more. You have seat controls back here, volume controls on the other side, and on the Traverse Premier you have perforated leather that does have air conditioned and heated seats. Hopping inside here, you're gonna see a steering wheel that's very unique and very standard throughout the Chevy line. So we have voice recognition system on this side, driver information center here. I'm gonna start the vehicle. This is collision alert notification here. So that means if you somebody hits you or somebody hits their brakes in front of you and it does not, you don't notice it, the car is going to alert you and say, hey, hit the brakes. Does not do the stopping for you on the interstate. And then this is your heated steering wheel and then your cruise control system here. So automatic lights on this vehicle, because this vehicle's got nav, it does have the speed limit sign up there. And then over here we have lane keep assist. So literally, if you're driving and you start drifting and you don't realize it, the car will actually go whoop back here like that and keep you in the lane. And I can do a video on this down the road, but it literally will bounce you off the lane like you're texting and driving or drunk or whatever the case may be. So all-wheel drive system is right here. So it's a simple twist in the knob. So I'm in two-wheel drive. You can see it goes to all-wheel drive. This is off-road mode, and then this is trailer mode. So 5,000 pound towing capacity on the Traverse, with or without the factory tow hitch. So the something new is General Motors does have an accessory for a tow hitch. So wireless charging up here, USB, power outlet, 12-volt power outlet. We got heated seats. We got air-conditioned seats. Tri-zone climate control, one zone here, one zone for the passenger, and then a zone for the rear occupants as well. One really cool thing that I like about the Traverse MyLink system, which you'll see that this system is pretty similar to the Equinox as well, is when you open this up, this stays on. So other vehicles, this shuts off when you open this up. The Corvette, the Tahoe, the Suburban, stuff like that, Impala, Malibu, they all shut off when that opens up. You also have a USB port in the back there as well. So that's really cool feature to have there as well. So one really cool thing that I like about these vehicles is you have 360-degree camera. So you can see that I've got full 360 there. If I open my door, you'll see that that'll black out. You'll see the gentleman walking in front of me, and you can see the gentleman walking to the right of the vehicle now as well, and now he's in front of me. I can go to the back, so you can see the back, and the one really cool thing I like about that is wherever I turn my wheel, the guidelines will turn as well for that. And you have front and rear park sensors on the vehicles, and then also like again you said, you can see the 360. So literally you can see there's a car here, there's a car here, there's a car here, I got my rug here, so I can see all the way around the vehicle. So that's perfect for garage or parking lot or anything like that backing out. So inside the center console, you have a little tray, and then you have a really deep well down there as well, so you can store all sorts of stuff. Electronic parking brake is right there. And then up on the above here, you have, if you have a sunroof, you have your sunroof. So this is two sunroofs. It's one touch open. As you can see that it's opening there with one touch, and then one touch close. And then you have the the shade right here, that is manual, and then you have the window back here as well, and this is stationary with a sunshade as well. So garage door opener is one big thing that people always talk to me about. If a car doesn't have it, why didn't this car have a garage door opener? So that's just the garage door opener right there, and your OnStar system. And one really unique thing that I love is the digital rear view mirror. So you can kind of see that pop on, pop off. That just shows you the digital rear view mirror in the back. It's really cool when you're driving down the road. You can just flip that on and you see literally all 3 lanes of traffic. It's really awesome if you're on a 3-lane road, but you can see the entire traffic behind you, so that's really awesome. Let's move to the back and I'll show you a couple things in the back as well. Coming to the back here, you'll see there's a lot of leg room. I was just sitting in that seat. I'm 6'3", and I can still sit back here with no problem. So there is forward and aft movement on these seats, just like a passenger seat or a driver's seat that doesn't have power on a vehicle. And then also to lower these seats, it's one simple touch, and you have a complete flat surface to haul things. Now that seat does a little bit different. I'm going to show you that here in a second, but you got your 3rd row seat back there as well. Again, with these seats moved up, I'm 6'3". I can sit back here with no problem as well. Coming to the passenger side, you'll see the seats just a little bit different with this right here, and the reason we have that is for the event that you have a car seat, and this is only on the passenger side because typically speaking, carpool lines, so you parked on the side of a street, stuff like that, you're always typically on the passenger side. So this is for if you have a car seat in here, and you'll see I'm doing this one-handed. This just moves that seat all the way forward, so that way somebody can make entry into the back just like this without having to take that car seat out. So that's a really unique thing. And then also the seat lays flat as well. So also up here, I talked about tri-zone climate control earlier. So these are your rear temps right here. So now the driver or passenger can control these from the front as well. So this is your mode selectors here. You got heated seats, which is new for 2018 model year, 2 USB ports that are just power only, and you have a 120 volt outlet right there as well. So if you want to plug in a computer or an iPod or whatever the case may be and charge it quick, you got that as well, but these are fast charging as well. Also in the back seats, we have USB port there, and we have a USB port there. So there is plenty of power in the Chevy Traverse to power all of your goodies. Coming to the back of the vehicle, one really cool thing that Chevy has done, we followed suit with another brand, but you just come up here, put your foot underneath here. As long as you have the key fob on you, you have access to the rear lift gate, opening up hands-free. So there is that storage I talked about, which is better than the Ford Explorer, better than the Tahoe, better than most of the crossover SUVs out there. And one really cool thing that I love about this over the Explorer is we also have this nice storage compartment right here, but for us to put the third row seats down, they don't store in there, which is great. I love that feature. And again, I'm doing this one-handed because I'm camera at the same time. You simply just do that. So that is your full third row seat down, your second row seat down, and that massive amount of the most cargo space of any crossover vehicle on the market. I mean, this rival minivan. If you don't want to be in a minivan, this is definitely the vehicle to get. So I know this video is very long, so thank you so much for sticking with me. This is just the kind of detail that I really like to help my customers with to make sure that they're getting the right vehicles, and this is the reason why I'm one of the top Chevrolet salesmen in the country. So we're gonna go over to the Equinox now, and you can see the Equinox size here, a little bit shorter. I told you those stats earlier in the day, or in the video. So there is that stuff there. We're gonna start to the back of this vehicle, and just like the Traverse, we have power lift gate, and we're gonna go right to it. We've got the rear seats already laying down, so we'll take these floor mats out of here so you can see there's a lot of cargo volume in here. Now I'm gonna put these seats up for you real quick, so that way I can show you two things. All the cargo volume with the second row seat up, third row. This is where the confusing part gets when I'm showing two vehicles. But with all the cargo volume with those seats up, a lot of cargo room, and just like the Traverse, we have some storage underneath here as well, and that goes way back there so you can see. So you can get a lot of stuff in there, just if it's everyday emergency kit stowing, or if you got things that you just, you got a ton of room, if it's at Christmas time or whatever, and you're traveling, you need all that cargo space, it's right there as well. And like the Traverse, the seats fold down, so these seats actually do recline as well. You can see they recline, but the really cool thing that I like about this, if you're not 6'3" like me and can just reach in here and do this, we have these guys right here that you just do this and you just do that, and that gives you all that cargo space in extremely quick fashion. And of course, when you're loading stuff and you forgot to put those seats down, where are you at? You're right back here, so that does that as well. Just like on the Traverse, we do have rear vents. Now on the Traverse, the vents are in the ceiling, which is really unique. I love that feature of that. So anybody who has done a test drive in the summertime, I can deal with the heat, the winter on the cold. But man, that heat in the back seat of the old body style Equinox was brutal. So having this to cool down the cabin is really, really nice. New to the Traverse, or excuse me, I said it again. New to the Equinox is heated seats for the rear outboard passengers, so this seat and that seat. You got another 12-volt outlet down here and two more charging USB ports, just like in the Traverse. Now, I told you at the beginning of the video that most vehicles all have black on it. Well, this one is the unique one. This has got the brandy interior in it, which I really like this interior. It's not for everybody, but it is a really cool interior. And just like on the Traverse, we have power liftgate right there. We have memory seats right there. We have automatic climate control right there. Now, this is a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. You just unlock it right there. Just like with the Traverse, we have seat controls back here, volume controls on the opposite side. When we hop in the vehicle, you'll see the steering wheel is very similar, as well as the mirror with the blind spot indicator there. So you got your driver information center here, voice recognition, phone system there, heated steering wheel. Now in the Traverse, we have the lane keep assist right down here. We don't have that here. It's right here on the steering wheel. And then this is your collision alert notification there as well. Let me start this vehicle up so we can see the electronics, because you're going to see a lot of the other stuff exactly the same. You're going to see the wireless charging, the two USB ports, the 12-volt outlet. You got Wi-Fi. We also have the 360 cameras, and because I've got that back door open, that's going to be black. but it does the exact same thing as the other vehicle as well, with the cameras up here. You got Wi-Fi on both vehicles, which is really cool, and then you got all your driver information center right there as well. So on the Equinox, for the all-wheel drive system, it's just a button right here. So you click that, it's going to tell you that the four-wheel drive mode is on with that light on. Now it is off, and this is your tow haul mode right there, because this does have a trailer package on it as well. So same thing with the other vehicle. You have heated seats here, air-conditioned seats here, so for the passenger and for the driver, and then automatic climate control there as well. You have the projection up here for your smartphone, so you can plug your Android or your iPhone in, and it's going to mimic the screen. Most importantly, I think it puts the navigation system up there, which is a really cool feature to have because it's the most up-to-date system out there. Automatic lights again on this one, just like the Traverse, and we do not have the digital backup digital mirror up there, but a lot of the stuff is the same up here. We got sunroof, which is a very big panoramic sunroof. We have a little bit of glasses holder there as well. So if you hit that, you'll see where this comes back, that vents it at first, and then comes back and opens that up, and it comes all the way back here, which is really cool. It's a really big roof. Hit it a second time, and then I'll go all the way back, just like I was explaining. So there you have it. There is the differences between the Traverse and the Equinox as far as making a buying decision based off of which one's better for your wants and needs and family lifestyle. So didn't get into the options on the vehicle because that's a whole totally different vehicle, a video that I probably need to do on just one vehicle, but you can see there's a lot of differences and similarities between the vehicles as well. So again, I really appreciate you watching. My name is Mike Davenport. I'm one of the top Chevrolet salesmen in the country, the top one in Louisville since 2010, and be more than happy to help you any way that I can to help you make buying a car not have to suck. Again, hope this helps you purchase your next Traverse or your Equinox, regardless of where you're at in the country. If there's anything I can do for you, just reach out, ChevyDude.com. Thanks again for watching. Have an excellent day and drive safely.